Hi, and welcome to this topic on business models. This example shows you the value of visualizing any factor that may influence your business model and highlights the value of doing a threat analysis to see where issues may arise. Okay, so what we're going to do is have a look at a barbecue chicken shop. Now what this business needs to do is attract customers. In particular, it has to attract customers that have the money to pay for the product. That's a simple start to the business model. So how are you going to attract that customer into the shop? There's different ways you can do this. For example, you can advertise in a local newspaper. It's a fair bet you'll be targeting a local market. No one's going to travel for hours to get your chicken, so advertising locally makes sense. You may also choose to advertise in an online search directory or use social media, for example. This would also be a way of drawing the target customer in. Another, less environmentally friendly option is to have a direct print campaign as a letterbox drop. That might be based on specific details that you're offering at a point in time, such as coupons and that sort of stuff. Hopefully these methods, in addition to walk by trade, would be enough to draw the customers in. So that gives you an indication of some of the methods you may use to entice customers to make a purchase. But that's only half your business model. There are other areas to consider as well. Firstly, who's supplying you with the chickens? You'll need chickens for sure, so you'll be looking for a wholesaler to supply these to you. You'll need to shop around for the best deal and the best quality on offer. You'll also need to supply drinks in the chicken shop. It's a brave food shop that doesn't offer brand names from wholesalers like Coke or Pepsi. Hopefully, you'll also have some healthy options for the more discerning customer as well. You may also have salads that you need to prepare and serve with the barbecue chickens. This requires fresh produce and you'd need to source from suppliers. Now if any of these wholesalers ever become threatened, that may become a problem for you and the operation of your business. So you're relying on the wholesalers to supply their stuff. Now that's not where the story ends. The wholesalers may actually be relying on other suppliers themselves. So you may not only be relying on the wholesaler. You may also be indirectly relying on a primary producer, in this case farmers. All the wholesalers are likely to have primary producers they rely on in this particular model. The farmer may also supply vegetables to a fruit and vegetable wholesaler, who then supplies to you. The farmer may even provide fruit juices for the healthy drinks you're offering in your fridge. So what we need to remember is that at any stage there can be threats to this supply chain. As a business owner running a chicken shop, you need to be aware of these threats in advance and plan contingencies in case there's a disruption to supply or circumstances change. So let's take a look at an example of changing conditions that may impact on the viability of your business. In this particular model, the chicken shop is heavily reliant on primary produce. If there's a drought, it's highly likely the prices for certain commodities will rise. This may be a direct reflection of the farmer's cost of operating a business. There's not enough water, they can't produce as much, so costs go up. It's pretty simple. You may then need to increase your prices to cater for the price increase coming through the supply chain. This may be required to ensure your business stays viable. The big question is whether your customers are willing to pay more for your product. An increase in price may translate to a decrease in sales, which may cancel out any of the gains made by putting your prices up in the first place. This is just one example of a potential threat in the supply chain. There are many other threats that could be applied to this model. For example, what would happen if an epidemic like bird flu hit town? You'd be guaranteed everyone's going to switch to fish pretty quickly. On the marketing side, what happens if print costs go up for mail-outs, or the local paper goes bust and you can't advertise locally anymore? You need to consider the potential issues in advance and come up with a strategy to overcome any hurdles. So to keep it basic, you need to visualize your business model and ask three things. What is it I'm offering? Who am I relying on? And how am I going to reach the customer? If you answer those fundamental questions, then you're well on the way to finding out whether you have a viable business model. Now I'm assuming not everyone wants to open a barbecue chicken shop. This basic example, however, gives you enough of an idea to apply the same strategy to a business model of your own. Of course, you'll need to go into a lot more detail when conducting your own analysis. There's resources available online for you to construct your own model. I'd suggest PowerPoint as an easy environment to create a basic model of your business and do an evaluation of potential threats. You can build your visual model using basic shapes with text. You don't need to use illustrations, as in the example here. Be sure to check out the discussion forum, resources and assessment tasks for the topic. Bye for now.